Hey guys, it's Leslie, and today I'm coming to y'all with some of the best festivals for the culture for the month of August. Okay, so the first festival I want to talk to y'all about is Caribbean Carnival, which takes place in Raleigh, North Carolina. Last year was my first time attending, and we had an amazing time, my husband and I. We went to the parade, like carnival slash parade, where they came down the street in their beautiful, like masquerade outfits, feathers, and beautiful makeup and jewels. So once the masqueraders were done, it basically stopped at a all-day festival. There was a DJ stage. There was a ton of different food vendors, different vendors selling, shea butter, all kinds of natural products, earrings, all kinds of stuff. But like I said, tons of great food. If you're looking for more of a Caribbean flair than you would normally get in the area. The second day, we went to Juve, which again was my first time. I'm from Indiana, so I don't know much about Caribbean culture. Belize is my favorite place on earth, so I feel like I should know a lot about Caribbean culture. I'm learning little by little. But Juve was super fun. If you've never been and you plan on going, do not get super cute because there's water and paint everywhere. Women had on, wear tennis shoes because there's water and you don't nobody want to slip and bust their head. Women had bonnets on their hair because the water and the paint, it's like paint powder. It ends up staining stuff. So I thought it was super cool. I didn't wash my shoes. I actually scotch guarded the paint onto my shoes because it was my first experience. I thought it was really neat. I had beige shoes on, but don't wear anything that you're concerned with getting messy. This year, I'm actually playing mass, which is masquerade for short. And again, I'm from Indiana, so I'm not gonna act like I'm the Caribbean translator, but that is the people that you see with the big jewelry, or I'm sorry, the jeweled faces and the big feathers and the super sexy costumes. They have a plus size option. I'm still working out so I can look the best in it, but I'm actually gonna be doing the parade with Ultra, and I'm super excited. So I hope to see y'all there. Okay, so festival number 2 is actually the same weekend, but I really, really wanted to go to Afro Nation, which takes place in Detroit, and I'm not able to go because I'm going to be dancing in the streets for Carb Mask down here in North Carolina. And I actually went to Detroit because it was one of the easiest places that I could get my global entry. And I also wanted to visit the Motown Museum because I love music. The Motown Museum had not opened. It was one of those things or it had not reopened. One of those things where it was supposed to be open, but construction delays, which I worked in construction enough to understand that. So I didn't get to go there. I did get my global entry. It was super quick, but I had an amazing time in Detroit. And I grew up in Indiana, as I mentioned. Detroit was not on my list of places to go or things to do when I was younger, but I don't know if it's always been great or if they've put a lot of energy into making it great, but I wandered around. I met some really great Black business owners. They were selling everything from like alkaline waters to when I had a vegan burger that was good because burgers, I don't mind vegan meals at all, but doing a vegan burger right is definitely an art. So I went to a bakery that had won like James Beard Awards that was owned by a Black couple. So it was amazing. Getting back onto the page, because the ADD is real. I thought it was interesting. The lineup's already been out, obviously. And it's called Afro Nation, but it's really just different people from the diaspora. So it's not all Afrobeats, which I would have been excited about. You got Lil Wayne, who's obviously from New Orleans. Shinsia is a Jamaican artist. Rima is from Nigeria. I really, really wanted to see Uncle Waffles, which if you're not familiar with her, Uncle Waffles is a woman. She is a DJ from South Africa, and she's one of the first DJs I've seen that her set is the entire performance. It's not a DJ behind somebody. She is the performer. I've watched tons of videos, and I still need to catch her live. You also got Party Next Door, who's from Canada, and a ton of other artists. Okay, so up next is Invest Fest that takes place in Atlanta. It's taken place in Atlanta the past couple years, and if you're not familiar with Invest Fest, you've probably already heard of Earn Your Leisure, which is 2 Black guys that are from Detroit, which I just mentioned. Detroit just has a really cool energy, but they are very, very well versed in financial knowledge. And because they're from Detroit, it's not like most blogs or people you speak to who talk to you with a language you don't understand. Like for a while, I didn't know what return on investment meant. That's your ROI. But they're not going to just throw out ROI and keep rolling. They're going to break it down. They have podcasts, they have all the social media accounts, but they've been doing InvestFest for a few years. And we actually attended last year and really enjoyed ourselves. It's a Black event, so I can't tell you who's closing out this year, but last year Jeezy closed it out. I do know this year some of the speakers are going to include 50 Cent, Steve Harvey. I think he speaks pretty much every year. Damon John of FUBU fame, and then Steve Stout, who, if you know anything about music, he is like a music media everything mogul. He's one of the people that brought Nas to us. So tons of other people. Last year we saw Tabitha Brown, loads of speakers. This year, for the first time, they're going to be doing a pitch competition, which is going to be an award of $100,000 in the name of Nipsey Hussle, the Nipsey Hussle Business Grant Pitch Competition. So if you have a business that you are looking for some startup funds, this is definitely a way to infuse your business with cash so you can expand. Applications are still available digitally, and then 4 people that are the semifinalists, or the finalists, I guess you would call, are going to get on stage and do a live pitch. So that's brand new. If you can't make it, keep looking on their website, because last year, towards like right before the event started, they also offered for you to just pay a smaller fee and be able to live stream it. And that way you were able to keep the recordings, or you could re-access the recordings. So we went in person and we enjoyed ourselves thoroughly. But a part of me wishes I would have just stayed back, because if I didn't catch something there, I just didn't catch it. If you pay, you'll actually pay less, and you could be able to access it from your home, and then you can re-access it. I don't know if it's 6 months, a year, but you can really digest that information. And I'm rounding it out again back in North Carolina with the John Coltrane International Jazz and Blues Festival. This takes place August 31st and September 1st. So I think that's Labor Day weekend, which means most people should have, hopefully you've got the weekend off if you want to come to High Point, North Carolina. We live out by the beach, and it's literally called High Point because it has the highest elevation. I'm a complete nerd, so I did that research when we had to evacuate. But anyway, that's where John Coltrane is from. That's where John Coltrane learned the sax. And this year, they've got some really great performers. I think it's about 20 performers over the 2 days. Gregory Porter, I am absolutely in love with musically. I tried to see him when I went to the Jacksonville Jazz Festival, but there were torrential downpours and the schedule got condensed. So he did perform, but I wasn't able to get from stage A to B. I think because Robin Thicke was coming on. I'm not sure. So this is my do-over to see Gregory Porter. I am such a fan of his. Belial, I've been listening to for over 20 years because I am that old. My little one, he's 13, and he listens to Soul Sister, which is so cute. It had that relaunch when they did the Queen and Slim video, the Queen and Slim movie. So he heard it when I was listening to that soundtrack, and now I catch him playing it in his room, which I just think is so adorable. And then there's also Brian Culbertson, who I'm not really familiar with, but I know at Jacksonville Jazz Festival, a lot of people were excited to see him, so I'm sure he's great. So that is coming up to round out the month. There's a total of 19 August festivals on a Vibe Called Fest website, which is the site that I run. So this is just a quick glimpse, but if you're interested in more festivals, what else is available in different areas, definitely check out the website. Across the top, you can subscribe, and I only send out monthly emails because I don't like getting a ton of emails myself, but that means top of every month, you'll know what's going on, and I would love to chat with y'all later, so let's connect on socials. Bye, y'all.